Mm. Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Hi. Hi, it's so good to see all of you. It's a Thursday once again, the time that we always look forward to where we get to meet at the Women Empowerment Program. And boy, today do I have news for you. But before we get into that, let's remember to go into our interpretation channel and make sure that you're hearing this program in the language of your choice. So you can find the interpretation channel and select English if you'd like to hear this program in English, or select French if you'd like to hear the program in French. So I did say I have some news for you. I am coming to you today from Kigali. Can you believe it? I'm out in Rwanda for the Africa Women Innovation and Entrepreneurship Forum. So just in case there are some people out here in Rwanda, please do get in touch with me. I'd love to see you. So I'll be sharing some highlights from that program in the groups as we progress. But for today, we're really excited as we nudge a little bit closer to our graduation next week in seeing how far you have gone with your group work and your group activities. So we're excited today to give you an opportunity to wind up on the work that you've been doing so well for the last 5 weeks. And we will give you an opportunity today to pitch. So we are super, super excited for that. But as always, before we get into that, we're going to do a little recap about how much fun we had last week. So as always, we started with our very own Farah Al with her melodious voice, and she was able to serenade us and set the tone for the program. And we're ever so grateful to always having Farah Al for the program. We immediately jumped onto a skills presentation from Tatinda Fungura. She is from Girls in STEM Trust in Zimbabwe, and they do a lot of work around getting girls into STEM. But most importantly, she shared with us their experience of how they went about the World Robot Olympiad. We also were encouraged in our respective countries, if we aren't already doing so, to at least try to run the World Robot Olympiad. But that was not all. We had the lovely Raja Amri. She's not a stranger to the Women Empowerment Program. She came onto the fireside, joined by Kapenda, and I had a conversation around the different components that can be used in robotics competitions, but most importantly, how do we keep it low cost, and also how do we get more girls to be involved? So we were really inspired and motivated by the both of them. As the groups continued with the second part of the design thinking challenge, we were able to pop into your different groups and basically see all the amazing work that you have been covering. And we just want to encourage you to continue on this great path that you are already on. We cannot wait to see the finished product. As always, we enjoyed interacting on Mentimeter, so I was happy to hear from all of you about the new digital skills we are using in our different classrooms. Particularly, I enjoyed hearing about hot potatoes and Ilam, you're such a star, and many others for sharing the different tools that you are using in your classroom. But that's not all. Today, we have another exciting session lined up for you, and we will be starting our group activity slightly earlier than usual. And this is basically to give you enough time to touch up on your work, and it's all the best. But before we get into that, we are going to set the tone, as always, for our program by asking Farah Al to join us. Farah, we can't wait to hear what you have in store today.
Good morning. Sabah al khair. Thank you, Vicky, for the lovely intro. And it sounds like the workshops are going amazingly. It is such an honor to be a part of them. I can't believe we're already on week 5. Wow. So to start off today, I am going to play a little sort of a medley of kind of like affirmations that I like to sing to ground myself and remind myself the importance of gratitude in life. So I'll mix that up with a few other ideas and I hope you enjoy. Thanks. Home, I'm going home. The land to feed my soul. Take me home, take me home. Over the green, green hills hills and far away. Home I'm going home, I need the land to feed my soul. Take me home, over the green, green hills and far away. Take me home to the motherland, home to the motherland, home to the motherland, over the hills and far away. There'll be peace in the motherland, peace in the motherland, peace in the motherland, over the hills and far away. And I have a healthy body, I have a healthy heart, yes, I have a healthy spirit, and I have a healthy mind. Yes, I know I am divine, and I know I am divine, and I am needed in this world. I am strong, I am loved, I am peace, I am joy, and I've got an attitude of gratitude. Yes, I've got an attitude of gratitude. And I know that life can be strange, there's beauty and pain, but I move with the change, I flow like the rain. Life can be strange, beauty and pain. Hey, hey. Life can be strange, there's beauty and pain. I move with the change and I flow like the rain. Life can be strange, beauty and pain. I'm not afraid to say I'm brave, 'cause I am needed in this world, and I am loved, I am peace, I am joy, I am enough, I am enough. It's home, I'm going home. I need the land to feed my soul. Take me home, over the green, green hills and far away. There'll be love in the motherland, love in the motherland, love in the motherland, over the hills and far away. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. What a great voice, Farah. We can't miss to hear you every time as we start. Let's give some love to Farah. She always starts us with a good mood for the session. Thank you so much, Farah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Hope you're fine. You can just put a thumbs up if you're doing well. Thumbs up, a reaction of thumbs up if you're doing well. That's great. I can see Vicky. Yes, also Naji, I can see you. Thank you so much. Asia, I can see you. Thank you so much for taking. Khadija, I can see you. Thank you so much. Welcome. This week is week 5. Wow, 5 weeks have gone down the line, and we've really done a lot. We are waiting to look at how much we have done. But before we go there, we have somebody who has shared with us a video. Thank you so much, Virginia. We are going to the Teacher's Corner. We want to hear what you're doing in your schools, what you're doing outside there in the education sector. So we'll be listening to Virginia from Kenya, Virginia Mwangi from Kenya. So we'll share her video. Thank you.
Hello. Hi, I'm Virginia Mwangi from Kenya. I teach mathematics and physics. I have 2 years since my graduation, so this is equivalent to 2 years experience. I started teaching at a boys' school, but currently I have relocated to a junior secondary school that have both girls and boys. And in that school, I teach mathematics, integrated science, and computer science. Though I'm a teacher of mathematics and physics, I did find out that it was very important to expose these learners to computer since the 21st century. Man need these computer skills. Okay, in my previous station, it exposed me a lot in things to do with STEM. Despite being a math physics teacher, I was able to get a chance of coaching the learners in various projects like the Young Scientist Kenya, the World Robot Olympiad, the Kenya Science and Engineering Fair, and also teach them Scratch programming. Got some award from this one from the WLO or Robot Olympiad organized by STEM Impact Kenya. We emerged number 2. That was last year, this year, July. And also we have one from Kenya Science and Engineering Fair where I participated as a judge and also a coach in some project. And also this one from Young Scientist Kenya, that is where I SK. It have given me quite exposure, and I believe that I'm going to assist my current learners who have never been exposed to anything to computer, but I've exposed them for the 2 months that I've been there, and I think we are going for. While I was there, while I landed there, I found that no one had exposed them to computing. Whereas there was a law line template that had been issued by the government of Kenya. We have some laptops and we have a desk, but I believe as I continue exposing them in this, so we are going to move far. And also I like to bring more girls on board to STEM subjects and also mold them on leadership, of which I do on daily basis. I talk to them about their hygiene, their conduct, and their confidence in also their education. Thank you.
Thank you, Virginia. Thank you so much, Virginia. Let's give love to Virginia. She has shared much she's doing to those learners who are weak in engineering, computer science. Thank you so much, Virginia. And we really support whatever we do on the ground. Also, let's give some love to Virginia as we go ahead. And also, if you still have something to share with us, please put it on the mail or also on your group folder so that we can see how much you're doing outside there. We can share in our pages so that we can know what impact are we doing to those learners on the ground. Thank you, Virginia, for taking time. So at this point, I want us to know today we are looking at our activity on design thinking our project, and much of our time will be spent working on our work, and then we'll have to present on our work. But before we go into our group to finalize on our work, remember that you are working on your group and then you'll present to the WEP team, whereby you'll get feedback and improvement on how you can improve on your work before submitting the final video for next week. And also remember that we will be having a challenge for fun and also getting the experience to pitch up an idea. And as we get this feedback, it is not limited to the women empowerment team only. Also, we can share on the chat feedback for other groups on how they can improve as they will be sharing their work. And let us remember that we still have until Monday 13th to be able to submit the final presentation. And as we go to our groups, all these instructions on how to work on them and any question and support if needed, you can go to ask for help and we'll come and support you in your groups. I know we've been working on it. I've been in some groups and I've seen great work being done. People working up to last night. There was a group that was meeting very late, and I really love that, the commitment that is there. Thank you, facilitators, for the continued work and support that you work in these teams. We really appreciate what you're doing. And we are hopeful we are going to look at good ideas that we are going to implement, ideas that can go to the field, and we see we can implement them as we go forth. So at this point, I want us to prepare. I know you'll, Donna will be sharing, there'll be a pop-up there on your group. Join, go to your group. You have 50 minutes to work on your work, discuss, do the final touches, and then we will come back. Then we will present your work. If you don't have the video yet, it is okay. You can present whatever you have so that we can be able to give you feedback. You still have time until Monday to submit your video. So I wish you all the best of luck.
Absolutely
Yes,
true, Lady. May I just jump in there? You've taken the words out of my mouth. It's absolutely amazing that these women have done so much work in just 5 weeks, and they continue to work outside of the stipulated times of the program. So we're really, really excited to see that. But another thing that might be interesting, and I'm glad you've taken them through the whole group activity introduction because we won't have to do it again. But before we do that, it would be nice for them to see a little video, particularly for those that are going to be looking at the ethics in AI guidelines that they're going to produce. And it might be great for them to watch the video now, and then shortly after that, we will go away into the breakout room. So thank you, Leonida, for walking us through what will happen after the video.
Hello, and welcome to our skills presentation for the Women Empowerment Program 2023. Today, we're going to be looking at ethics in AI for the teaching profession. It's very important for us to talk about ethics because a lot is happening around the world of artificial intelligence, and education is no exception. So we're going to look into AI in education. We're going to look at the benefits of AI in education, and most importantly, the ethical considerations that we need to be looking into as far as AI is concerned. And this is very, very important for us as educators to be kept well abreast of the developments of AI, particularly how they affect us in our day-to-day lives. So what exactly is AI? It's a new buzzword, everybody's throwing it around, but what exactly is it? So it is a branch of computer science that deals with the creation of intelligent agents, or let's call them smart machines, which are systems that can reason, learn, and act on their own, or otherwise autonomously. So in simple words, AI is the ability of machines to perform tasks that are typically associated with human intelligence, such as how we learn, how we reason, how we conceptualize things, and also how we solve problems. So having that backdrop of some sort of reference point, some sort of understanding as to what AI is, let's understand what AI systems actually do. In order for us to use them, we need to understand how they work. And so AI systems operate by analyzing large amounts of data and learning from it to make predictions or decisions through a branch of computer science known as machine learning. And these amounts of data are trained on large amounts of other data, which can be anything from text to images to audio. The machine learns to identify patterns in the data, and uses these patterns to make predictions or decisions. So let's contextualize this. For example, an AI system that is trained on a dataset of images of cats can learn to identify cats in new images. So it has a baseline for what cats look like, and it is able to identify them even if the image generated is new. So we're here to talk about what AI in education looks like. It's important for us to understand how AI creates a comfortable platform and also a vital platform for us to be able to keep up with the global trends around new and emerging technologies. So, how does AI help you? How does AI help me, the ordinary educator? Through personalized learning systems. That is the first point that we will consider. So, these are software programs that adapt to the individual needs and learning styles of each student. This is important because they use a variety of data points, perhaps such as the student's performance, what the student's interests are like, or what the learning preferences are like. And it's so important when we look at personalized learning systems because they are able to deliver instruction on behalf of the educator and then provide feedback, which is super important for educators to be able to pick out the pain points that each of their individual students have in the classroom and be able to prescribe the correct measures to assist the student and then, of course, track the student's progress. So we're beginning to see a little bit about the benefits of having AI in education. Also, intelligent tutoring systems. This is the second big benefit of having AI in education. This is a type of personalized learning system that uses artificial intelligence to provide real-time feedback and guidance to students. They are designed to mimic the way you, an educator, would interact with a student, providing individualized instruction and feedback based on the student's current understanding of the material presented to them. So this is absolutely amazing because it leads us to also look at virtual teaching assistants. So virtual teaching assistants are programs that answer students' questions and provide support in your absence as the educator. How brilliant! Because virtual teachers' assistants do not go off. So they are available to the students 24/7 and can be accessed from any internet connected device. So they're there to answer questions about course material, provide help with assessments and assignments, and offer encouragement and support. Similarly to how you would do it in the classroom as an educator. And of course, the big one, our fourth point, and this is automated grading and feedback tools. So we have a lot of work as educators that we need to get through in terms of marking assessments, returning them, and also providing feedback. This is great because we're able to use software programs to automatically grade student work and provide feedback, which saves the teacher's time and allows you to focus on providing consistent and actual evaluations to the students, and you can do this using a variety of tools. This could be essays, this could be quizzes, this could be tests. I'm sure you're already using some of these automated grading and feedback tools. I know Google Forms is a very popular one as it has an inbuilt quiz generator, which you are able to launch to your students, and it can automatically mark or the responses returned to it, which is great for capturing. So, just to digress a bit, which of these AI tools and others have you used before? So sometimes we may not realize that we have been using AI in our everyday life because it's so easy to just download an app and start to use it. But I guess with all the logos that we see there, we've used quite a number of these, and each of these serve a different function. So how awesome is it that we have technology that helps us to continue to do our work as efficiently as possible as educators. So, should we fear or should we panic in terms of integrating AI into education? This is something that I'd love for you to have a think about as we continue to speak about the actual ethical considerations, which are the cornerstone of the presentation today. So, when we look at AI systems, we need to understand that there are going to be some ethical considerations that need to be thought about. As we progress as educators, we often think of the same set of ethical considerations that we have as educators that are important to us. And AI is no exception. It also must abide to a set of ethics. So, as we integrate ethics into education, we would do well to ask ourselves, are the AI systems that we are integrating into our specific institution fair and equitable? Because AI systems should not discriminate against students on the basis of race, on the basis of gender, or socioeconomic status, or any other factors. So it's important for us to look and see how fair the AI system that we want to integrate actually is. We also want to have a look at whether or not privacy is being observed, because AI systems, it is their nature, are going to collect and use a lot of data about students, about the institution. What are we doing to ensure that this data is being kept confidential? We want to make sure that this technology that we intend to integrate into the education system, into our relevant schools, our respective schools, is not going to be exploited to generate counterfeits or various kinds of identity theft. So these are some of the things that we're already starting to think about from an ethical point of view. And accountability. Systems should be accountable for their actions, and they should be a way to hold those systems responsible for any harm that they may cause. And this is important. We do not want to be blindsided by this, as it may result in not only some legal issues, but some students also experiencing harm without anyone being held liable. So we want to make sure that we fully understand what the levels of accountability are as far as the AI system that we are going to use. Transparency. Teachers and students need to understand how these AI systems work. And at the outset of this presentation, we discussed how an AI system works, and we would do well to continue to understand how it is being used in various settings to make a decision as to whether it would be the best course of action to take or the best technology to integrate into our particular school. And this will enable both teachers and students to understand the important bits around how, when, and where to use AI systems within the school system. And another important one, intellectual property rights, because AI has the potential to generate new content, and this could be anything. It could be text, visuals, audio, all of that. And this is raising fears about intellectual property rights and the likelihood that this technology could potentially be used to infringe on others' copyrights and trademarks. So we need to be very careful as educators. When we teach about plagiarism, we would need to be very careful to also teach about intellectual property rights so that we know that with the use of AI, we are using it in an accountable manner and also in a responsible and transparent manner. And of course, human agency. So this is a really, really huge one. Reason being, a lot of educators, in fact, not just only educators, but the world over, a lot of people in different sectors feel as though AI systems could replace them in their various occupations. And the truth of the matter is, for AI systems to be efficient, for AI systems to fully reach their capacity and potential, the human teachers are needed. The human element is absolutely critical. And this is because human teachers possess something really, really important, and that is their ability to provide emotional support, social emotional learning, and other aspects of education that AI systems simply just cannot provide. And of course, sustainability. How important it is for us to ensure that whatever technology that we use is indeed energy efficient and not producing a lot of e-waste as we continue the world over to make efforts to protect our environment. So it's very important for us to look at it from that dimension and understand fully that there are some ethical guidelines that AI needs to operate under. So what can we do to encourage the integration of AI into learning where we are in our respective spaces? As you are doing now, you are staying informed about AI developments in education through programs such as the Women Empowerment Program. This is allowing you to engage in different professional development conversations with the people that are in this cohort. And it is amazing for us to share what applications we are using in the classroom. We are collaborating with different experts and subject matter experts and researchers who will help us to understand and implement AI tools in the classroom, ensuring that they are used ethically and effectively. And most importantly, just like we would do for any other policy within our education function, we would advocate for the use of ethical AI policies and practices in our schools. In fact, as members of this cohort, we should be proactive in addressing potential ethical concerns that we may observe in our own institutions. So, as we bring this conversation to a close, it's so important for us to have a look at the different AI tools that we can use in our classroom. So, those are some of the logos and some of the names, and we look forward to seeing you use these AI tools in your respective communities and classrooms. And thank you so much for being a part of the Women Empowerment Program.
Thank you. Thank you for that video. It is so timely that we need it as we go to our groups. Thank you, Asia, for that. Love, thank you, Inasa. It is timely that even as we go to complete on our project, how can we bring in AI? How can we support it? What can be good and what are the ethical issues that comes in? So as we measure into it and see how we can bring in, maybe now or later in our classroom and any other time, it is good to look at it on both the benefits and both what are things that we should look at, that our learners are not exploited, and also that education integrity is still maintained. So at this point, as I had said, we are going to our groups for 50 minutes and we will work on our work, complete it, and do not put yourself in pressure. If you are not able to complete within these 50 minutes, you still have until Monday to submit your video. You'll only share with us later what you have, and then we can be able to give you feedback to improve on it. So let's kick up to our groups and begin working on our work. I wish you all the best. And if you have a challenge getting to your group, just put a share on the chat. You can be assisted. Faith. I can see Faith and Sadia. You can unmute and ask. Faith, you can unmute in case you have a challenge. Joyce?
So Joyce has been allocated to room 1. So I think everybody has been assigned, all right. Joyce, can you hear us? Joyce?
Looking at managing plastic waste in our schools and community. That is in line with what we're asked to work on, community-based health education. Vicky, please, the next slide, let's go on. Then we have our presentation outline. We have our presentation outline. These are members of our group. Meet our team, Diamond Divas. That's our name. These are all the members, the members for now. We hope to have more members, but for now, these are members. Vicky is there, Anna is there, Miriam, I am there, Blessing is, who is there? Margaret, Joy is there, Claudette, Vida, and Dorcas. These are all our team members for Group 1, Diamond Divas. Our field of studies, looking at some SDGs. SDG 3 says good health and well-being. That talks about good health and well. Quality education. We have 6, clean water and sanitation. And SDG 11 talks about sustainability. Sorry, I'm not getting that clearly, okay?
Vicky, put it in presentation mode so that it's bold enough for everybody to see. Slideshow, do presentation mode, slideshow. Good. Can be better. Please pardon us. So the whole thing was.
Okay, 11. Okay, clean water, that's 6. Clean water and sanitation. We have. Vicky, please help me. Yes, thank you, thank you. Sustainable cities and communities, that's our SDG 11. Then 12, we have 13, sorry, climate action. Looking at the impact of this waste on the climate. Then we have life below water. That is, what effect plastic waste has on the world underwater. Then we have life on land, the effect of plastic waste on land too. And then finally, SDG 12, responsible consumption and production. Okay. Hello, Vicky.
You can go to the, okay.
Yeah. Our objective, although we have not really concluded, we'll just pick some for now. Our objective to enable the collection of clean and uncontaminated plastic waste that can be effectively recycled and used as a resource for producing new plastic products. That is, these waste products, this plastic waste, how we're looking at how we can collect them and then make them to become reusable. And so as to enable the environment, to make the environment friendly. And then to encourage, number 2, to encourage individuals to segregate plastic waste from other type of waste by making it convenient through the use of sensor bin. We're looking at producing a sensor bin that will help us separate, a smart one at that will help us separate plastic waste from other waste so that it will be easy for us to collect them. And then 3, mitigate the adverse effects of plastic waste on biodiversity, natural habitat, and public health. These are our objectives for the, and then our problem statement. The global production and consumption of plastics have grown exponentially, resulting in a massive influx of plastic waste, much of which ends up in landfills, oceans, and natural habitats, with microplastic infiltrating food chains and posing potential risks to human health, particularly the girl child and the environment. We've come to understand that plastic waste has become a problem for years. Okay, plastic pollution, a problem statement continues. Okay, improper plastic. They are not hearing.
We can hear
Move
you
to
loud.
next slide. We don't have time. Next slide. Go to the next slide.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Bobby, you
okay.
can complete.
Plastic pollution is adversely affecting ecosystem, marine life, and biodiversity. We also know that the production of plastic and their disposal contributes to greenhouse gas emissions that can become a problem of climate change. And then many African countries lack adequate infrastructure for proper plastic waste collection, recycling, and disposal. This leads to widespread littering and open dumping of plastics. Hello?
We can hear you. You can complete.
Oh, okay. Vicky, please, next slide.
I've moved. Move to the next one again.
The next one, please.
Okay.
Impact of plastic waste pollution on girls. We have infertility, we have early puberty, birth defects, fetal risk during pregnancy. We have others, but this is the one we are presenting for now.
Skip this slide.
Then our objective to eliminate.
No, skip this slide.
To eliminate single.
Yes.
Okay. Suggested solutions involving school children, especially girls, in the collection of plastic waste as a civic responsibility. So we want to involve girls in this collection so that they do it as a civic responsibility. It becomes a part of them. Then organizing community cleanups and recycling initiatives, raising awareness on the importance of proper waste disposal, and implementing recycling programs, promoting responsible consumption to avoid wastage, which may otherwise lead to disposal. The improper waste collection and disposal system. Then finally, use of automated smart dustbin model. Vicky, next slide, please. This is our smart plastic bin. That's the solution. Our solution is to have this smart plastic bin that will help in the collection of the plastic waste and be able to do it hygienically. This is this is different from what is usually obtainable. Yes. So
Okay,
A
Bobby.
convenient and hygienic plastic waste segregation approach. These are model.
Hello, baby.
Yes.
Your 4 minutes has elapsed. So I would cut you off. Then I would give you, I've seen you've given us.
I hope I've been able to communicate.
Yes, at least you've seen your solution. So maybe you can stop
this is how it
sharing.
works, resources and all that.
Yes, so that as
Thank you very much. First presentation. I hope I didn't present badly, did I?
No, you did well, Bobby. We did. Let's give a thumbs up for Bobby for doing a good job.
Thank you for encouraging me.
Thank you,
Thank you for encouraging me. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. It is quite, we've seen your problem is well expounded on. You've really expounded on what the plastics are doing to the environment. And you've stated the many solutions that are there, which is good research that you have done. And also we are practicing on our pitching styles. Thank you, Bobby, for coming up and being able to go on the floor and pitch an idea. We are in learning process. And
thank you very much.
What I wanted to say to group one is now you need to select one solution and the steps on how you will actualize that solution so that it is able to be effected. Yes, we can suggest the solution, but which solution are we dealing with? Because we might not be able to cover all the solutions. So as you prepare to share with us the video next week, maybe work on that solution. Let the solution be clear, and maybe your emphasis should be on the solution and maybe reduce on more on the problem, the information on the problem, so that it can capture the 4 minutes need. And maybe to all the groups also get to know that we are looking at a video. So as much as you're giving us just a presentation, you will share on Monday a 4-minute video of your presentation. So as much as you've shared that, I believe group one, you're doing a good job and you're going to give us a good video for us to view next week. Thank you so much, group one. Thank you, the facilitators, for doing a good job with that team, and we'll continue encouraging you. So any other person with any comment you can share on the chat so that we can go to the next group that is coming in. That is group 6. Group 6, you can take the floor on group 6. You also have 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
Oui. Bonjour, je vais partager une vidéo.
Hello everyone, I'm going to share my video.
C'est bien partagé?
Is it shared? Am I sharing my video?
Yes, we can see your screen. You can go ahead.
Bien.
Ravi de vous présenter notre travail dans le cadre de Women Empowerment Program. DAISY, c'est le nom de notre groupe de travail.
DAISY is the name of our working group. We can come from 3 countries. And we have worked on sexuality within African families. The situation now, traditional standards impose silence. The economic conditions influence the decisions on early marriage. A lack of awareness and communication is felt within families and in the community, as well as in schools. And harassment and abuse lead girls to leave school early. It leads to stress, anxiety, poor hygiene, early pregnancies. And we want to work to say never again. So we have started a survey with young Africans to understand better their opinion around the taboo of sexuality. And the result is that the topic of sexuality is a taboo within families. And therefore, we have to focus on awareness raising. And it is crucial to propose an education adapted to the needs of young people on this continent by combining work on the ground in school and using IT. So we want to create health clubs within schools. We want to have awareness raising posters, and we want to create a web page on the topic, an online platform to give information, and a LinkedIn group to share information with teachers. We want to create a YouTube account as well. Please help us and join us in this awareness raising campaign for a better sexuality in Africa. Fine. Our work is about sexual and reproductive health, and we have created a Facebook account talking about the taboo within families. And this is this page, and it is linked to the health clubs in schools. So here we're presenting the taboo within African families. We don't really communicate about sexuality. So this is the page that presents the various publications and explains the taboo and the poor communication within members of the same family. So here we have posts about early marriage and about taboos and communication between mother and daughter, about sexual life. And we have created a platform for our communication. For our communication, we present our group. And we present the role of teachers and schools. We talk about the importance of an efficient communication on this platform. And we have various topics, various forums on this platform, and we present our group and the members of the group. Here we go. You see the various members. We're all presented on this platform. Here we have another topic, the role of teachers and schools. And here we talk about that topic and the awareness about reproductive and sexual health and the role of teachers and schools in raising awareness about the topic. We also talk about communication within the family, because our issue is reproductive health, and the main issue here is the lack of communication within the family. And that communication plays a crucial role in reproductive health. We have also designed a LinkedIn page. I don't know if we can share it. It's a LinkedIn page that is on our space, the Daisies, about sexuality and the taboo about sexuality within African families.
That's great. You can also share so
we
that
tried.
you can join the link also. We can follow you on LinkedIn also.
Bien, on va partager tous les liens de ces pages et ces plateformes.
Yes, we're going to share the links of all these pages. In the chat, we have all the links.
Thank you so much, Group 6. That's a wonderful use of technology. It's exciting. Yes. Anna, you can go ahead and give feedback. Anna?
Indeed, Nida, I love the way they specify the different platforms of the technology and how exactly it is engaged and who exactly is engaged on the different platforms. I love the fact that they did not only focus on one SDG in reality within their presentation, but they also focused on getting other people involved, and also setting up the team itself, where you understand exactly who is behind the team, the way they are presented, and how the problem was in the beginning. It was so clear. So this was a great solution from their part as Group 6, and the name, their name speaks volumes. The Daisies. It really goes to show that the representation there is for women and by women. I think there's it's a very realistic solution that is not focused on victim identifying, but rather empowering, which is very encouraging. I don't know if this was the end of your presentation, but if it wasn't, I would suggest you maybe shorten it just a little bit. But otherwise, it's a wonderful presentation. Just see how best you can put forward the video again next week. Leonida, back to you.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much. Yeah, as you come in also, maybe I can add, as you'll put it on video format, you'll have the screenshot of these pages that we can be able to see, and also the link to these pages that you have created to see the solution. It is quite a less resource involving endeavor, but it is reaching a large number of people. Thank you so much, Group 6. So at this point, I would go next to Group 4, the bold women. The bold women. And under inclusive education, that is special needs health education. You're welcome. Maybe Group 6, you can stop sharing. Group
Hello.
6. We can hear you, Edith.
Good day to you all. Well, the bold women. We are the bold women, and we are looking at a topic, how to include African girls living with hearing disability in school. Then our problem statement is challenges faced by students with hearing disabilities in mainstream schools and classes in Africa and how to elevate them. Then our SDG 3 is good health and well-being. For now, I'll just be presenting because we are not ready. Our video is not ready for now. We are still on it. By Monday, we'll be fully prepared. So I'll be presenting without showing video.
We can't hear anything, please.
You can't hear me? Hello? I say for now, we are not fully prepared. We are not ready with our video, but I'll just, present like that without.
It's fine. You can proceed.
All right. So, like I said, our problem statement is challenges faced by students with hearing disability in mainstream schools and classes in Africa, and how to elevate them. We discovered that a lot of students with this difficult situation, they are not able to easily adjust to class situation. So we have came up with some solutions on how to take care of this problem. And we know that different ways by which different group in the society can be involved.
Edith, have your phone closer to you so that we can hear you clearly.
Okay. All right. Hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. So like I said, we came up with some solutions concerning this problem of students not being able to adjust because of their hearing disability. They're not able to adjust with their mates. So we now came up with some solutions that there are different aspects of society that can be involved to take care of this problem by providing hearing aids to the students for them to be able to hear when teachers are teaching, for them to be able to get what is important. We looked at some groups that can be of help to us. We looked at the non-governmental organizations. They can be involved in ways by which they can help in getting these hearing aids for students that are having this kind of difficulty in hearing. And we also look at communities. There are communities that can also be involved. And we have companies in communities that will also help, to get this, by assisting to get hearing aids, maybe to help for those parents that will not be able to afford it for their children. So these communities can be involved by assisting to get these hearing aids, so that students will be able to understand what are being taught in the class through these hearing aids. Then parents on their own can also get these hearing aids for their students. They buy it so that the guest child will be able to learn, the ones that are having these difficulties. Then the schools on their own, they can also use, they can involve the use of visual aids that use subtitles. There's a visual aid that use subtitles, so that when they are using this with a web speech API, it will be easy for the students to easily understand, even if they cannot hear. By looking at it clearly, the subtitles, and with the web speech API, the student can easily understand what the teacher is talking about. We can also use AI software programs and technologies. These ones are written. They are the way of tracking voice note lessons, so that students can be able to, adjust to learning with this kind of technology. Then we can also use FM radio and infrared system. It can also assist the children, the students with this with the problem of hearing, to be able to adjust, to also cope with other students that are not having this disability, so that they will not lack in the area of learning. So far, that is what we have been able to come up with, though we are still working on it. But our network has not been too good, so we have not been able to put a lot of things together. So please, people, pardon us. By Monday, I'm sure everything will be ready. Then the video and every other thing will come on board. So that is that for now.
Thank you, Edith. Thank you so much for sharing what you had. And let's encourage her by giving her love. Let's give Edith love. She has really tried.
Appreciate. Thank you so much.
Thank you. With the little they had, they didn't shy off to share with us. And it is good. We are ready to bring out on board what we have and be able to share, so that we can give feedback for next week videos that we are going to give out. And as it is a shared, I've seen a good research. You are doing really well on the problem, what is on the ground, what challenges are there. Then the solution, the suggested solutions work very well. But how do you go forth with this specific solution that you're going to pick? Does it include digital innovation? That is good. I saw there is digital innovation in your work, in the solutions that you're giving in. But I believe what you're going to share with us next week will be showing clearly how this digital innovation will play part. And that the resources needed are well expounded. Are we within the limit? Is it what is accessible? Is it realistic? So I believe those are the two things that you should look at that specific solution, and that's the resources needed for that you're going to do, the endeavor that you're going to do. And something else that you need is your video also. As you work on your video, the limit is 4 minutes. And we may get so much involved on explaining the problem and take 3 minutes on the problem. Then the solution won't come out, especially if you're pitching an idea for somebody to sponsor. They really want to see how the solution works, because most of the time, the problem is well noted, is in the media. But now, how are you going to come up with a solution? So maybe I'm suggesting for your team, as you come up, venture more on the solution and give us a graphical presentation on how the solution will come in. But you're doing good. Thank you so much for coming up with the little that you had and sharing with us. We really appreciate. Thank you for the facilitators for the good job that they are doing to really negotiate and look for extra time to work. We know very well that 50 minutes could not have been enough for you to come up with a sustainable thing. So at this point, we are turning to group 5. That is Aikachina. Hope I've pronounced it well. That is on community-based health education.
Yes, it's Aishashina.
Oh, that one, I'll bite my tongue.
It's okay, it's okay. So I'll be sharing with you the video of the presentation that we have done. You can see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, great. So we choose to talk about a mental health issue, which is depression in children and adolescents.
Okay, I don't know if you shared the sound.
Yes, I do.
Okay, because we can't hear currently. Maybe you can stop sharing and then share again, and be sure to tick on the audio.
Okay.
Share the screen with the audio.
Let's try again.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they Can you hear me right now? Can you hear the audio?
No.
Maybe to change it volume a little
Maybe you
bit.
can stop sharing and share again. There is a button to tick to share on audio.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, start again.
And why we choose ICCNA as an... Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Okay. So as I already said, we choose to talk about depression in children and adolescents as a subject of our presentation. So I'm pretty sure that you are wondering why we choose ICCNA as the name of our group and why we put her picture in our logo. So basically because she's one of the most iconic women in Morocco. She's a social worker, women's rights advocate and activist. She is known as the Moroccan Mother Teresa and has spent her life defending single mothers in Morocco. She also founded the association Solidarité Féminine in 1985, who opens its doors to unmarried mothers, offering them shelter and varied forms of assistance. Well, we're going to talk about its causes, consequences, and finally, what can we do as a teacher to avoid depression and how to support our students who suffer from depression. So the first factor is abuse as a child by their environment, including parents, siblings, peers. The second is divorce and family breakdown. The child feels emotionally torn, with low self-esteem and lonely. The third is bullying or cyberbullying, and also hormonal changes, especially in girls, which can be another factor that adds to depression. So depression can affect adolescents in multiple ways. At the academic level, they find it difficult to focus and do their best, and sometimes they may skip classes just to avoid stress. Social isolation marks their life in their small and large community. They rarely take part in social activities. Their behavior becomes risky. They may harm themselves and others as well as they experience anger, despair, and even suicidal thoughts. They may have health issues, changes in appetite and sleep. Now the question is, what can we do as teachers to support our students? First of all, we should find out what's happening by creating listening and support cells that contains teacher and social supporters and why not psychiatrists as well. By also observing and paying attention to their behavior. We should also let them express themselves. Let them talk to you and listen carefully to what they are saying about how they are feeling. And please try not to judge. Encourage students to participate in extracurricular activities. You can see some examples that we have done in the next slides. So this is the first example, which you can see is a drawing activity. We all know that drawing can be a very helpful way to express feelings when words are not enough. Also, we should support them by searching for convention collaborations with associations in order to provide and refer serious cases to a psychiatrist, and teaching them how to protect themselves from major causes of depression, especially bullying and cyberbullying. An example of an activity that we can do, which is the safe use of Internet Day. That can be a very good opportunity to spread awareness about cyberbullying and harassment, and how to protect themselves from all of those things. This is another activity that I personally have done with my students, which is how to deal with online sexual harassment as a girl. And as you can see in the pictures, this activity was only for girls. going to end this presentation by a quote that I really like. You educate a man, you educate a man. You educate a woman, you educate a generation. So this work was elaborated by Asiya Zohair, Hanan Nab, Hasna Yassin, Hind Ashawi, me, Ilham Jbari, and Khadija Munir. Thank you so much for listening, and I really hope that you enjoyed.
Thank you, Ilham. What a good presentation you've had there. Let's give them a clap to the team and love for the work they have done. They've gone ahead and come up with their video in the short time like that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So Anna, over to you.
Thank you, Leonida. I think what they have done is brilliant, brilliant work. They've done their research. They have presented it very well. They showed empathy at the same time as well while showing educating. And because the platform or the solution actually makes use of both technology and non-technology solutions and how well they can be incorporated in a group setting, I think it actually sets a great example for a realistic solution. I think the presentation itself, it also worked well within the time limit, and it was very engaging. I'm excited to see exactly what the next week will bring, because it's very difficult at this point to say where to improve and what not, but it is, even the design itself, it was well explained and straightforward. I loved it. What are your thoughts, Leonida?
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna, for those. Thank you for the work that you've done. What you can add on is also in your solution, what is the digital innovation idea that comes in as a solution? As you use those images, how can they be graphically be done that easily accessible? Maybe that can be included in your solution as you go on, but you did a good job in a short notice, and we appreciate, we can't wait for that video to watch next week on Thursday. And to crown out, to finish this session, we have group 3. Group 3, the stage is yours, group 3. Laila, you can unmute. And yes.
Hello, so I'll be doing the presentation on the behalf of my group. First, I was lucky to work with the beautiful, smart ladies in my group. So I'm going to share my screen first. Sorry, it's from document, sorry. Okay, so do you see the first slide? Can you see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so I have first to tell you that we didn't finish the work yet, and I'm trying just to explain where we got so far. First, so I have to present my group. We've chosen STEAM Queens, and our motto, this is our logo, and our motto sentence is empowering women for nations. Sorry. Now, meet some of our group members. So here is Mari and Leila, Sarah, Virginia. Sorry. And then Teresa, Abena, Avelina, and Agnes. Now we're waiting for more photos to add. Now, So the sorry, the theme we were working on is unplanned pregnancy. Now, so that goes under the umbrella of healthcare. Okay, so here is the definition. So unplanned pregnancy or unintended pregnancy is when it occurs at a time when no children or more children are desired in the couple. It also refers to a pregnancy occurring earlier than the couple has already planned. So unplanned pregnancy is unintended, unwanted, and mistimed. That can endure a lot of problems. So we have chosen two main goals for our project. So goal number one is defining and understanding design thinking, because we were told to work under this umbrella. Apply design thinking in our problem. Goal two is design the prototype which will best match our needs. And it should be accessible and easy to use, also cheap. So the process, and here we are following the steps of design thinking. Empathize. In this condition of unwanted pregnancy, the girl is lost, overwhelmed, frustrated because of ignorance. Number two, define. So teenage pregnancy, a barrier to the girl's education. Most of the girls often aren't aware of it. To ideate, which solution can we craft to solve our problem? Process. So the fourth step is the prototype. We will design a set of guidelines to help avoid unplanned pregnancy. Now, this is what we are going to finish these 2 or 3 days. And the last one, or the last step, is testing. Is our tool effective? And we're going to test that first in our classrooms. So the causes of the early pregnancy is either early marriage, low education level, lack of non-sexual education, poverty, relationship status, non-consensual sexual acts. The consequences. So the consequences, it can have consequences on the girl, on the community, on the family too. So we have to the girl, abortion. Most of girls tend to go to abortion as a solution. Relinquishing a child to adoption, raising a child without the necessary financial, physical, and emotional supports, and that can cause children with emotional disabilities. Now, so this at this stage, we have some missing information here. We're going to add them. We need to add some data and how to analyze them. Then the conclusion, we need to add it too. And so the last part is going to be the result. Now this one we're going to fill it in after we add the video. So that's it.
Thank you, Laila. Thank you so much for sharing the much you have covered. It is encouraging to come bold and give us what you have done in this short notice. And I've loved the way you've really captured the design thinking process in your work. You've empathized, you've come, even though you have your team you have not completed, it is quite well structured. And it's hopefully that by Monday we will be having a video with all those slots that are left empty, well placed with it, the solution.
Yes, of course. Yes, of
Thank you.
course.
You can, okay, thank you, Laila. You can stop sharing. That's great.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
that is what I would wish group 3. And let's give a thumbs up to group 3. Thumbs up to group 3. Yes. And what to add on, maybe that screen you're using, maybe you need to enlarge so that it is visible on your video. I know you'll be sharing a video later on with a better quality and everything. So thank you so much to the facilitators and the group members. You've done a great job in a short notice. You have been working tirelessly, and the ideas you're sharing are realistic and really going onto the ground to bring out solution. And we are hopefully to watch those videos that are exciting and solutions that are exciting to go to the field. So at this point, I want to hand in to Linda to give us some relaxing as we end. Welcome, Linda.
Thank you, Leonida, and thank you to everybody who did such great work on those presentations. I'm absolutely blown away by them. They're really, really fantastic. So today was a busy day between Vicky's ethics and the AI presentation, the group work session done in the breakout rooms, and then the group feedback session. So it was busy. So before we go our separate ways today, I invite you to sit back for a few minutes and listen to Nadine talk about our thoughts and thinking about others. So Nadine has kindly shared this video with us, which we'll play now. So I ask that you forget everything we've done today, just for a few minutes, and also forget, if you can, about the plans you have for the rest of the day. The video is part of an Embrace Yourself series, and I will share the links because it's worth listening back on. So maybe Donna, if you can share the video. So just while we're waiting for that video to play, I hope everybody is okay now for next week. Just reach out to me on info@the Camden Trust if you have any questions about your putting the video together for next week. So we are saying have it ready for Monday. So hopefully you will, but just honestly, just reach out if you run into any difficulties. So we'll just play that video now. Leonida, are you happy with everything that everything went according to plan today?
Yeah, I'm happy that the team really came up very well. I'm excited with the work. It's encouraging to lead a team and then you see the great work that they do. The extra time that they put, I've said I've been in their groups, they have been working tirelessly within their team. It's encouraging when somebody comes up and become part of the team and feel like they really want to do. They're in different parts of the country, different parts of the world, busy schedules. Others are mothers. I've gone with the groups where you'll find a baby crying, like, give me a minute so that I can look at my baby before I come back. So it's amazing what the ladies are doing. It's so amazing. Thank you so much. We are really amazed by your work. So it will not go on vain, really. We'll see those solutions and how they can be put in place.
So it looks like we might have a little technical difficulty.
The video is there.
Yes, I was just about to say technology can let you down, but here we go.
Hi everybody, my name is Nadine Ferris-France and welcome back to our video series Embrace Yourself. Today this is episode 4 and we are focusing on our thoughts and our thinking, but this time as they're directed towards advice that we have for other people. So do you ever have advice for people in your life? Okay, so let's see what that advice looks like. So grab a piece of paper and a pen, and when you're ready, start thinking about the different people in your life. The people that you love, the people that you like, the people that you interact with on a daily basis, and just start thinking about little small pieces of advice that you have for them. Often these are silent pieces of advice, things we just have in our mind. So for example, it could be your mom or your dad or your family. It's like, my mom should worry less. My dad should take better care of his health. My partner should listen to me. A friend should respect me. A friend should believe in herself. Just look at them, they come into your mind, and just look at them, and when you're ready, just give them a piece of advice. What should or shouldn't they do or say? He should, she shouldn't. Just writing it down. Very short sentences, keep it short. Then watch as another person comes into your mind. And again, what piece of advice would you have for them? Often this advice, it just comes out of love or care. And sometimes it comes out of annoyance or tension. So just keep giving them pieces of advice. Maybe somebody else is coming into your mind, somebody you work with. It could be, she shouldn't be late. She should work harder. She should answer her phone when I call. Simple pieces of advice. Okay, great. So now you have a list. You have all your pieces of advice for people written down, okay? So now what are we going to do with that? I mean, look at it. It's just a list of thoughts, right? So how do those thoughts actually affect us, or do they affect us at all? Okay, let's have a look. We're going to question one of those thoughts, one of those pieces of advice using inquiry-based stress reduction, the work of Byron Katie. A really, really simple process. And today we're going to just look at 4 questions. So the first question is it true? Second question, can you absolutely know that it's true? Third question, when you look at your thought and your piece of advice, how do you react? What happens when you believe the thought? And then fourth question, who or what would you be without the thought? It's like if you were taking the thought off, like a hat, and you were placing it down. It's like, who or what would you be without the thought? I'm going to work with Mary and work through one of her thoughts as an example.
Oh, hi, Mary.
Hi, Nadine.
Okay, so what did you write down? What was your piece of advice that you've circled?
My piece of advice was that she should listen to me.
Okay, so just tell us very briefly, what's the situation? Who were you with, and what was happening when you had the thought she should listen to you?
Okay, I was meeting a friend and she had lost a lot of weight, and I noticed it. And when we were speaking, she told me that she was doing a crash diet, and so that was the situation. We were in a coffee shop. She had lost a lot of weight, and I was really concerned about her.
Okay, so let's go to the questions of the work. So first question, so in that moment, she should listen to you. Is that true?
Yes, it is true. Yes, I feel strong, yeah.
So can you absolutely know that it's true that she should listen to you?
Yes, I can absolutely know it's true, yes.
Okay, so question 3, how do you react? What happens when you believe the thought that she should listen to you?
Well, I got really stressed and I get really tense. I don't even hear her anymore, what she's telling me. I just get stuck on the information that she's lost so much weight. She looks unwell. I'm totally in her business. I totally feel superior to her. I know better than her. She should listen to me. I need to save her. Yeah, it's very tense and frustrated. I'm really judging her, and I just want to get away from her, or because I feel I need to help her. She should listen to me.
So that's you with the thought. So now let's just look at question 4, as if you're wearing that thought like a hat, and then you just take off your hat and you put the hat down, the thought goes down. Who would you be in that coffee shop with her without the thought that she should listen to you?
Yeah. Without the thought, I would be completely present to her. I would just be listening. I would be in my seat and she would be in hers, and I would stay in a present place and I would listen to her. I would be calmer. I would be more present. Yeah, it feels kinder.
Thank you, Mary.
Thanks, Nadine.
So how interesting that, you know, we have all these thoughts that we have. A lot of the time it is advice, or sometimes it's judgments on people. And now we've questioned that. It's like, wow, that's how I show up. It has an effect. What I believe has an effect on how I show up and how I feel in this world. So the next time you have a piece of advice for someone, really just see if you can notice what your advice is or your judgment, and then just ask yourself, is it true? Can you absolutely know that it's true? So in our next episode, episode 5, we are going to take this further and focus on our thoughts as they relate to self-stigma. So we're going to not just question our thoughts around self-stigma, but we're also going to see how those thoughts turn around and learn how to use turnarounds. And like before, please, please, please tell us what you think in the link below.
Wow, thank you so much for that video. It was so informative. I think at this point, I just want to appreciate all the wonderful facilitators for their amazing, amazing work this semester. And please remember to submit your videos by Monday, upload them, and of course, share them in your group folders. With that being said and done, this is also a reminder of the presentations, which are the basics of the work that we've put together throughout the 6 weeks. And of course, thank you to yourselves for coming through. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Leonida. Thank you to the different group presenters and everybody else who has been able to join. Let's continue the chat in the WhatsApp groups. And of course, this session will also be available for watching again on YouTube. And of course, enjoy the rest of your afternoon.